Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Uxbridge College Virtual Open evening. My name's Scott. This is Dermot. We're going to talk to you a little bit today about what it's like to do motor vehicle with us and what kind of progression rates you can get with us as well. If you could just do the first couple of slides there, Lucy. And again. Okay, so.
Oh, yeah, Dermot.
When you first come into Uxbridge College, you'll be joining us on a Level 1 award. The Level 1 award we do is a diploma, which is the highest Level 1 award you can get. And this is based in light vehicle maintenance and repair. So it's based on light vehicles, so all cars. It's a world recognised qualification. We use City and Guilds for that reason. They're very well known in the industry, and it's a good progression, stepping stone into progression. As you can see on there, the start dates from this will be approximately September 21 until July 22. This is a normal study program for a year. So obviously holidays would still stay the same, but within that time that you're here, you will actually do a study program. So as well as doing your light vehicle maintenance and repair, you will also still be doing your English and maths and your EPR sessions, which are employability, progression and review. They're a very important part of the curriculum as well as the motor vehicle, especially with the way things are moving in industry, that people are going to need maths and English moving forward. So if you don't quite achieve them, during your school, you'll still get the chance to build upon them qualifications and enhance them while you're here alongside your motor vehicle. If you do successfully complete the Level 1, we do offer progression routes on there, which are into Level 2, the world of work, and then also into apprenticeships, which we run here at the college as well. So just to give you a little idea of what kind of units we would use on a Level 1 course then, we always start off with health and safety, because working in the motor vehicle industry is probably one of the most dangerous industries you can work in. Everyone has to achieve their health and safety just to make sure that you're safe in the workshop and that we're confident that you're safe in the workshop to be able to work on the cars. We then do Unit 076, which is an introduction into the vehicle technology, different workshop methods and processes, and this will give you the basis into why we do what we do on the cars, what kind of technology there is out there on the cars, and we start you off with the basics and then obviously progress you on as you move through the course. We then move on to 706, which is the braking system, and you'll see in a minute when Dermot takes you through some of the slides what the students will be doing within the workshop and how it relates to actual industry and how you can use them within the industry. And then lastly, we do 077, which is your routine maintenance, which is a very important thing on modern day vehicles. And again, it gives all the students an idea of how to maintain a vehicle, to carry out the routine maintenance. The course, although it's motor vehicle, there is an element of theory and practical. So it's about 50-50. So you'll be spending about 50% of your time in the classroom and then about 50% of the time in the workshop. And you'll build upon the theory that you're learning when you go into the workshop and vice versa. Okay, I'm going to pass over to Dermot now.
Hi guys, my name's Dermot. I'm going to let the learners actually show you these units with a little bit of narration from me. So if you look at this first slide here, you see some of our guys, a little bit of measuring, marking, cutting, filing, thread cutting. So very, very important skills, part of fabrication that they're going to need once they join the industry. Obviously broken bolts, broken in a block or something like that, they're going to have the skills to be able to repair them. Next slide, please. Okay, so we're looking on again, we're still a little bit of fabrication, a very, very important part, but health and safety is huge within our industry. And we need to make sure that the guys can use all this quite technical, expensive, very, very dangerous equipment. And you'll see that these guys are all well involved with their PPE appropriate for this particular task. So personal protective equipment. Okay, next slide, please. And you'll see a wondrous array of fabrication that the guys have made. So it looks like quite a basic boat they've made there, but believe you me, that may well have taken the lads sort of 3 weeks to make. And then some of them moved on to some sort of sports cars, and you see that they were very, very proud of the work. Indeed, they've mounted it on a pedestal. So we're proud of them, and they're obviously proud of their own work. Next slide, please. And here they are showing it off even more. So with the kind permission of the guys, they've agreed to highlight some of the cars that they've made. Okay, next slide. And a very, very important part of our work is that people are prepared to work together. So we give them this sense of community. And, you know, there are a few guys in this class in particular that, you know, there might be some traits of autism, Asperger's, things like that, but you would never know it looking at these guys by the end of this course. So yeah, very, very proud of them. And yeah, as you say, they've moved on to our level 2 course. So if you, next slide, please. Okay, so now the course progresses. Now they're starting to sort of like make an easier task for them in some ways, but they're making up a brake pipe. But the advantage of this one is they're now going to apply it to a vehicle, see whether it works. Can they bleed a set of brakes? You know, they're now starting to get some of those really important skills that they're going to need going forward. Okay, next slide, please. So now they're doing a little bit of inspection work. You know, they've made their brake pipe. They're learning how to take wheels off. They're learning how to use pneumatic tools, and you know they're doing a good job of it there. I can't quite see in the corner. I think one of the guys is doing a DTI gauge. So yeah, they're doing a very good job. So next slide, please, Lucy. They round it off with a routine maintenance where it's going to take in a service. It's quite a basic service at level 1, but it will be working up towards a full service at level 2, because obviously once they go out into industry, you know, their bread and butter, the big money job, or not the big money jobs, all cars need servicing annually. So these guys, you know, they've got to learn these skills, and you can see they're sort of like getting involved, getting dirty, you know, doing a job professionally. Okay, Lucy, we'll move on. We still got guys here again. They're doing some underbonnet inspections. You know, they're following instructions. They're taking notes exactly like they would once they go into a garage. Okay, we'll move on, please. And then we like to add this unit in. It's not a mandatory unit, but we think it's so vitally important going forward. So we teach them good customer service. So they'll valet cars, they'll clean them, and you can see that they enjoy it. They take pride in their work, and it's a very, very important part of customer service once they get out into the industry. Okay, next slide, please, Lucy. Okay, so I'm going to pass you back to Scott because obviously he works with apprentices, and work experience is going to be a very big part of these guys' course leading on to apprenticeships. Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah, so the work experience is a very big part of our level 1 and level 2 full-time program. We try and get all the students to do some form of work experience, whether that be out in some of our garages that we use, or internal placements with the technicians that we have here in the workshop. We think it's vital for them to get out and get this life experience in the world of work. You know, experience what it's like to be in a real garage with real problems that happen on jobs. And we're very lucky to have an array of garages around the local areas that support us with this, and we're able to get the students to go out into work experience. Generally, what we try and do is to progress these students from a level 1 into a level 2, and then hopefully with the work experience it leads on to the apprenticeship programs where you can work your way up to a level 3 technician level. So there is a very big stepping stone, and work experience does play a vital part in that. Okay, so as the same with Mark, we like to reward our performers as well. So this is one of our star performers, was a level 2 lad with us, worked really, really hard done really well on his exams. He won the Star Performer Awards, as you can see there. And he's actually gone on to win a place in a local garage with us now. And he's back on our apprenticeship program. So, you know, it just goes to show a little bit of hard work and determination can you know, really push you on in this industry. So, and he's doing really well with his employer now. And he's looking hopefully to progress onto his level 3 now. So he's doing really well. Okay, so you know, one of the reasons people say, you know, why do you run a motor vehicle course? Well, we don't just run it for the sake of it. We run it because we know that there is a gap in industry. So there is a massive amount of motor vehicle industry out there. You can see there over 800,000 people in the UK are employed within the motor vehicle industry. Within that, you know, there's about 180,000 technicians, but there is a massive skills gap in modern technicians. So you can see that, you know, fewer than 1,600 are trained on electric vehicles, which obviously is something that the government is pushing towards. And if you've seen the news lately that, you know, they're saying that within sort of 10, 15 years that there may be no petrol and diesel cars. So it's something that in this industry, you're going to be working towards, you know, going through your levels and then having a place within industry that is needed. So you can see within the motor vehicle industry, there is a massive need for qualified technicians, which is what we want you to become. Although the level 1 is a stepping stone, but we want you to progress all the way through to the level 3. And it's also worth noting on here as well that as well as being a technician or a mechanic within the garage, there are a lot of other jobs that you can do within the industry as well. So you may find that being out in the garage and fixing the cars isn't for you. And there's a lot of other industry related jobs, such as sales, parts, service advisors, things like that, that actually this motor vehicle qualification can help you take that step into as well. So you're not just limited to the one thing that you can do with this qualification. Okay, next slide, please, Lucy. Okay, and again, then this shows your career path that you can do. So, you know, from leaving school, you do the level 1 full time. That can lead you on to the level 2 full time, and then hopefully into our level 2 work-based learning, and onto our level 3 work-based learning, and onto skilled industry, which, you know, once you become a level 3, that's kind of the benchmark where people in industry want to see you at level 3. With a level 3, you can go on and become a specialist in a subject. Or some people, you can see the other route there is on level 2 full time. And then after that, you go into the, you know, a semi-skilled employment. So you'd be classed as like a fitter. So you're removing and refitting components, whereas at level 3, you're kind of a technician where you're diagnosing components. So that there is a positive destination there, and, you know, there is a positive way for people to move throughout the college here. So thank you very much for listening. If there's any questions, please feel free to put them in the chat at the bottom, and we'd be happy to answer them.
Thank you very much. We are slightly over time. Just going to check to see if we've got any questions. Nothing has come in, which means you must have answered everything perfectly, gentlemen. Thank you. Yeah, no questions have come in. So just to say a couple of the things that the guys mentioned, apprenticeships, and also our higher level programs as well. So if you are interested in studying at a higher level or an apprenticeship, we've got virtual open days for those on the 2nd of December, and details will be on our web pages. So do go and have a look at that. And just one question has just popped in about how many days the motor vehicle course is. If you guys can answer that one quickly, that would be great. Thank you.
Yeah, so the motor vehicle course is done over 4 days. So we usually give you a day off in the week, and that is for, you can go and volunteer in garages or do some work experience in that day. You'll have 1 full day in the workshop. So that's from 9 till 5. And then the other days are split over your theory. So if you do English and maths, and your theory will work over the other 3 days. So it's 4 days altogether.
That's great. Thank you. Just left for me to wrap up to say thank you very much to Mark, to Scott, to Dermot for your time today and for sharing the information. Also, just want to point out that the pictures that you saw of our students in the garages and in the workshops, that's all on site at the Uxbridge campus. So you were looking at the students within the college-based equipment. So just worth sharing that with you as well. And if you are interested in applying, applications are open. Information with course content and all of the entry requirements will be on those web pages. So head over to the website, you can find out more from there. But thank you very much for attending tonight, and have a good rest of the evening.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.